All right, so this review is over the AMSOIL, I would say process and switch and customer service, right? So I'm running this right here, 0W20, and this oil filter right here, which is essentially a TRD Pro oil filter. They look the same. I'm pretty sure they're made by the same manufacturer, but really nice oil filter. And I'm actually running it in this 4Runner right here. So it's got right around 41,000 miles. I made the switch off of Mobile One, and I ordered what's called their oil change kit, which is why it came with the filter. So it was 7 quarts of oil, not a big deal, easy process. As far as ordering off the website part was no issues. The problem came when I got delivered. I was 1 quart short, so they sent me 6 quarts in an oil filter. Not a big deal. I ordered well in advance before the oil change, and then I contacted customer service, wrote them an email. I didn't get a reply back immediately, which is fine. I waited 24 hours, and then I called, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just haven't got your email. We're gonna contact somebody. We're gonna send a quart out." Another 24 to 48 hours goes by, and I reach out to somebody else at AMSOIL, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna send this out to the nearest hub, and we're gonna get this sent out." Cool. Within 12 hours, 12 to 20 hours, I would say, I had a quart sitting in my house. So they did make a mistake on the initial shipping, but the second customer service person made it right, in my opinion. Like I said, I didn't buy everything the last second to do an oil change, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I did switch from Mobile One to AMSOIL, and the reason for that is everyone on the 4Runner forum just talked about how great it was, how much it quieted down the 4 liter, and they saw a slight increase in fuel economy. So those are my reasons. I did no testing on my part. I've run Mobile One in every vehicle, and I've had no issues up to this point. So I can't sit here and complain about Mobile One because I do not have any issues with Mobile One. As far as the filter, you can go online and see the filter, what it looks like. This is the OEM Toyota one you get from the dealer. It's a paper cartridge, and the AMSOIL one has a metal housing, metal inner, and it just feels night and day superior to this one. Not saying this is a bad one, because like I said, I've used these for how many miles, and I've had no issues. As far as longevity or trying to go farther on oil changes, I would say the AMSOIL / TRD one would be a lot better. The part number for the 4Runner is right here. It's EA15K49. But other than that, like I said, I switched over, and the first thing I did notice with this thing, which I'll play a clip at the very end of the video, was that it quieted down the motor quite a bit on startup. So these things run 0W20, obviously, and anytime you do a cold start, it seems like there's a lot of engine noise, valve train noise, and that's the design of the motor. You run it thin oil, you're going to have a little more noise. But running the AMSOIL, first startup, it was considerably quiet, and then I killed it, checked the oil, make sure it was good, and then I restarted it, and night and day quiet. I wouldn't say it was anything that I would switch over from. And like I said, it's not something that I would determine me switching over from Mobile One, because I do 5,000 mile oil changes. This thing has been to Utah, it's towed a trailer, it's done everything, and I've had no issues with Mobile One. So I'm not sitting here complaining about Mobile One, and I will not downplay them at all. Like I said, I switched because of the forum reviews and a lot of the actual 4Runner owners that used it, similar to what I'm doing right now, which is stating that, hey, I made the switch and it seems to run a lot better, and I really like the oil. So first one, I got less than 150 miles on it so far, and I am going to do a review probably 5,000-ish miles, because I'm gonna stick to the normal drain cycle. Some people will say, oh, this oil is expensive and filter is expensive, and it's excellent. If you take this thing to the dealer, it's $120 to $140 to get the oil changed. If you buy the oil change kit on Amazon, on AMSOIL, it's actually $120, and you do it yourself, and you get better oil and a better oil filter, right? So to me, it doesn't really change the fact that I'm gonna spend $120. What does matter is that I'm taking this thing through dust, dirt, towing, trails, off-roading, things like that, And then 90% of the time of ownership of this thing is on the highway going back and forth to work. So the thing that matters to me is it stays running, as we're going to keep this for, you know, foreseeable future. So that's what's important to me, is longevity of the vehicle. So I won't say that it wouldn't have the same longevity with Mobil 1 or Pennzoil or Toyota oil or Toyota filters. I'm just giving my perspective so far with AMSOIL, and it is quieter. I can't gauge the fuel because I haven't had it in there long enough, but just running wise, the motor is quieter, less valve train noise, and so far so good. So this is after. It sounds quieter.